Hello, I'm Josh George here, doing my Week 6 predictions here, starting Georgia and Auburn. Look, Georgia looks so good against shutting down, shutting out. Arkansas looks so good on defense. Found a way on offense. They've got all the pieces. They are the number 1 or 2 team in the country, no doubt about it. They find a way to beat Auburn. I know Bo had some miracle moments on fourth down against LSU, but man, I don't know, man. I think he can drive the ball downfield, maybe keep it closer than a lot of people think, but I've got Georgia. Now, Arkansas and Ole Miss. Two teams coming off, nursing their wounds, so to speak. Two teams that were getting 15 to 18 points last week. Two teams that kind of got knocked around by the dominant two teams in the country. Ole Miss still has the better offense than Arkansas, and they're at home. And Arkansas's defense is going to come ready to play, but I think it's going to be a shootout, and I've got Ole Miss in a close one. Maryland. Maryland has a really bad taste in their mouth, and they had an extra day to prepare for this one. But Ohio State's offense is really clicking on all cylinders, and I think they get the W 48 to 24. West Virginia and Baylor. Look, Baylor's a good team. Don't get that wrong just because they lost one game here. That line has to improve. West Virginia's D-line is really, really good. They have one of the best three-man fronts in the Big 12 right now for sure. And even though they have a two-quarterback system, and when one goes in, you know it is going to be a run. So, interesting game here, but home field advantage for Baylor gives them the edge. I've got the Bears. Penn State and Iowa. Very, very interesting game. Two teams that stayed undefeated. Two teams that have looked really good on defense, really good on offense. Look, Clifford has looked really good at quarterback for Penn State, but I just think James Franklin gets out-coached, and I'm not going to go against the Children's Hospital. So I've got Iowa 28 to 20. Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. Notre Dame has a sour taste in their mouth after last week after losing to a Group of 5 team on their home turf. And really, they were not the dominant team in that one. And Virginia Tech's a really talented team at home. Justin Fuente is a good coach, but I think Notre Dame finds a way to win it 30 to 20. Alabama at A&M. Alabama looked like the best team in the country against Ole Miss, who a lot of people thought could beat them. Now they go on the road to one of the toughest places to play in all of college football, the 12th man. It's called that for a reason. But A&M does not have the talent to stack up with Alabama. I'm sorry. Alabama wins 51 to 10 in my opinion, or my prediction. Utah and USC. Utah's front 7 is really, really good. They get after the quarterback more than anyone in the Pac-12, and USC is still dealing with the fact that Clay Helton is no longer on the sidelines. I've got Utah 35 to 28. Wake Forest and Syracuse. Wake Forest is finding a way week in and week out to get it done. Syracuse looked their best all season against Florida State, almost getting a win. And I think they might look really good on defense this week. And I think this is a defensive struggle that ends 28 to 17 in favor of Wake Forest. Vanderbilt and Florida. Vanderbilt got it right, getting a win against UConn. Florida still much better, 48 to 17 for them. And then 30 to 28 for Michigan State over Rutgers. I think Rutgers makes it close. I think they find a way to for their defense to click, and I think they match up really well against this Michigan State team. Game of the week for me. Look, the Red River Rivalry, Red River Shootout, whatever you want to call it, this will always be the game because it is just, you never know, it's a toss-up game, and I can't put a score on this game. It's game of the week implications, and it's just going to be amazing. However you look at this game, the run game is going to be what counts in this one, and for me, the two Robinsons at Texas that run the ball seem to be way better than the Sooner offensive line right now. So I've got the Longhorns of Texas. I'm Josh George. This was my college football prediction.